Good evening to each one of you. It is a moment of extreme pleasure to welcome the guests who are present here to attend this event. On behalf of the editors, I bid a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries who took out their valuable time and joined us today to be a part of this event. We are honored to have you all with us. I convey my regard to the guests of the day, Dr. B.P. Singh, Mr. Dinesh Pathak, and Ms. Trapti Agarwal. Thank you for accepting our invitation and to be a part of this prestigious event. The schedule of this event will focus on challenges of higher education during COVID. It will include many more issues to address the aspects of today's topic. I wish for this conference to enlighten us and provide us with the direction to deal with the problems of tomorrow. Now, we would light a lamp virtually and start the event with the blessings following with a prayer. We shall now start the prayer.
There shall be showers of blessing. This is the promise of love. There shall be seasons refreshing, sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing, precious reviving again, over the hills and the valleys, sound of a burdens of rain. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead. There shall be showers of blessing, send them upon us, O Lord. Grant to us now a refreshing. Come and now honor thy word. Showers of blessing, showers of blessing we need. Mercy drops round us are falling, but for the showers we plead.
Now, I would like to request Dr. Malika Grewal to take over and enlighten us on this topic.
Thank you very much, Ikshita. First of all, a very good evening to one and all who have joined us here today in this room. I, Dr. Malka Agrawal, on behalf of Educoast Unite of Scholars, would like to say that when we talk about the challenges, the topic for today's talk that we've all assembled here, gathered here to talk on and, throw light on is the challenges that we've been facing during pandemic, be it the higher education, or be it at a school level or at the primary or early year foundation stage. So before I begin, I would like to say that Educoast Unite of Scholars, we started a few months back. I would say it's not even been an year, but throughout the journey with Educoast, we've always tried to focus on the education system. All these months, we've held various webinars, talk shows, workshops, wherein all the educators, participated very enthusiastically. So I would tell that it was with the help of all the educators coming together on this platform and sharing their views, the problems, the difficulties we were facing. And together, with everybody's inputs, I think, we've tried to make it up. All the educators in the education industry, I mean, all the school teachers, principals, directors, everybody, I think this was the right platform wherein we would get together and share. Because I believe learning happens only with sharing. Otherwise, all these years, when we talk about technology, of course, education, online education already existed way back, but it's only that we did not pay any heed to it. We were all, into our physical classrooms and physical teaching. But yes, we realized the importance only when we faced a pandemic. So there were challenges that we all faced. So, but I personally believe that, when we're getting together, when we are talking, when we are sharing, we did find a lot of solutions. And that's how, when the entire world was at a standstill, it was only the education sector, which was running and which we were working some way or the other, because it did not come to an halt. So I would like to thank the entire Educoast team and Dr. Atish Gupta for such an initiative, for helping all the educators across the globe to meet the challenges that we're facing. So now when we talk about the challenges that we faced, right from a child with 4 years to a child or the students at college level or university level had their own issues. First of all, I would say everybody was mentally disturbed. Children were stuck at home. They did not get time to meet their friends, explore, be out, enjoy their childhood. When I talk about middle school, that's the age when the children are really chatterbox. So that's the time when they communicate with friends, they talk, they do share. But at home, parents had their own issues. Parents had their own stressful environment and atmosphere, because at one time we all were lost. We all didn't know what is going to happen the next morning. But there have been educators who have been working throughout the nights, if I talk about the initial days of pandemic, because we made it a point that no matter whatever days have been scheduled for our schools and the universities to open, like it was a new beginning of the session, we ensured we would work it out and we would run the show. We do agree that we could not give the best, because we and our children were not used to, or we were not acquainted with the technology. But somehow, with a lot of struggle, a lot of hard work, a lot of cooperation and help from each other, we tried to help our students. Children had to sit for long hours. They're not used to sitting at one place and, sitting in front of the screen. But that's how children have also sacrificed a lot. So have the educators. And of course, this would not have been possible without the help of the parents. It is they who've supported us. Otherwise, we could not do anything. Then when it comes about, we had technical glitches always, right? There have been families who did not have many gadgets. And if they have, like maybe 1, 2 siblings. Again, the classroom timings happening at the same time, teachers having their own concerns, and of course there were areas which did not have internet. There are families, no matter what, they are making both ends meet to send their children to the best of the schools, but at the same time they were not able to provide good internet connections. So there have been a lot of loss to the children as well, but let's be positive about it. Along with that, we all have learned something. We all have spent time in enhancing our skills, enhancing ourselves as educators, as parents, as well as children with technology, which is actually the need of the 21st century skills. So when we talk about problems and challenges, all I would say is we cannot finish it up even if I talk for 24 hours, right? So, and those all who are present here, we all know that we've come across, the same challenges. So with this, I would end my talk here, and I would pass it on to my fellow speakers to carry forward, and so that everybody gets a chance to speak and share and talk about their experiences. Thank you so much, and a warm welcome to all of you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for such great insights, and thank you for sharing your views with us. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ratish Gupta to take over and give his views and take it over.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. First of all, I would like to present my sincere gratitude and thanks on the behalf of the entire team of Edipost Unite of Scholars and Chanakya Institute of Management Research, and Mr. Sudhanshu Singh and Dr. Ashok Kumar for all the dignitaries from Maharshi University of Information Technology. Kindly accept our sincere regards and please welcome Ms. Tripti Agrawal, Dean Maharshi School of Data Science. So kindly accept the token of respect, thanks and regards as well on our behalf. Please. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ratish. Thank you for this warm welcome. So, should I start or do I need to wait?
Yes, please.
Okay. A very warm welcome to everyone, all the panelists and all the dignitaries who have joined the room today. It is an immense pleasure, and thank you, Edupost, for inviting us on the challenging and the hot topic of the day. What are the challenges we have faced during COVID, especially the higher education? Before I'll start, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce or to talk a little bit about Maharshi University of Information Technology. I would like to share my screen and I'd like to talk. Yeah, my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
It's sharing. Okay. So let's talk about Maharshi University of Information Technology. His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi Ji is the very first Chancellor of Maharshi University and the Maharshi Group. This would be the agenda for my presentation right now, which goes for the Maharshi Group, the Transcendental Meditation. We'll talk about Maharshi University of Information Technology, the schools that are there in MUIT, our achievements, our education partners, and the recruiters we are dealing with. When I talk about Maharshi Group is a very big multinational and a multi-dimensional group, which is present in almost like over like 100 countries, which includes like Western side and Europe and Eastern side everywhere. It is not only in education, but it has its feet on solar energy, Ayurvedic products, Vedic literature, software development, digital animation, and many more. If I talk about the education, it's the Maharshi Sansthan. It has got many universities in US as well as in India. It has got a Maharshi Vidya Mandir with the name Maharshi Vidya Mandir. It has got almost more than 200 schools across 17 states in India. Maharshi Mahesh Yogi Ji has invented and has given a very simple technique of transcendental meditation in year 1957. This is a very simple and effortless technique, and it is a technique which helps to create or to unfold your creative potential of higher consciousness. So that means Along with the technology that we are providing in university, this is the transcendental meditation, which also tells us to go for your, or to come out, or to feel your consciousness and work with the higher consciousness in each and every individual. MUIT has got 2 campuses. It is a UGC recognized university. It has got 2 campuses, Noida campus as well as Lucknow campus. In Noida campus, we have got 4 schools: Maharishi School of Animation, School of Data Science, Maharishi School of Law, Maharishi School of Journalism and Mass Comm. Lucknow campus, we have got Maharishi School of Engineering and Technology, Maharishi School of Commerce and Management, Maharishi School of Pharmaceutical Science, Maharishi School of Science, and Maharishi School of Humanities and Arts. Now let's talk about few schools in Noida campus. The first one would be Maharishi School of Data Science. Maharishi School of Data Science, it offers 3 courses: BTech Computer Science and Engineering, BTech Computer Science Engineering with Data Science, and Post-Graduation Diploma in Data Science. And according to Analytics India magazine, in 2020, when COVID was at peak, or the first wave was there, our institute was considered among the top 10 UG courses and the PG courses that was being provided in data science throughout India. Let's talk about Maharishi School of Animation. It offers BSc in Animation and Multimedia, diploma in 3 courses, which is graphic design and UI and UX, game design and AR or VR, 2D classical animation. Let's talk about law. We have got BA LLB, BBA LLB, LLB, LLM, and PhD in full-time and part-time mode. Let's talk about journalism and mass comm. We have BA and journalism and mass communication, MA in JMC, diploma in print and electronic media, diploma in new media, diploma in advertising and public relations. We have got few achievements with us. We have got many publications. Our students, our faculty members have written chapters in books like Internet of Things in Business Transformation and Swarm Intelligence Optimization. It is published by Valley under the Valley Publications, and the books are available on Amazon as well. We have got international conferences as well. Department of Law or School of Law has gone for the International Conference on Family Law, Contemporary Challenges and its Solutions. We have got many inter-university or inter-college competitions within India, which deals in many different types of hackathons, which deals with many different types of competitions. There are in-house events also, where we go for hackathons, where we go for workshops, and where we go for careers in animation. This is like webinars. We go for IQAC workshops and many more. If I talk about education partners, we have got academia education partners with Upgrad, Institute of Company Secretary of India, Independent Thoughts. In fact, we also have international collaboration with Montserrat College of Arts, USA. If I talk about our recruiters, these are different recruiters we have, which you can see: Indian Oil, Naukri.com, Force, Oyo, Convergys, Cognizant, and many more to talk about. So yes, with this, I'll finish the presentation. So now I have given a brief about what Maharishi University of Information Technology are all about. And now, Ratish, I'll hand it over to you so that we can proceed further.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure knowing how Maharishi grew as an institution, its contribution in students' welfare, and also about the transcendental meditation. Now, with due respect, I would like to request Dr. Bhanu Pratap Singh, Vice Chancellor, Maharishi University, to enlighten us on how things have changed during this pandemic. Welcome, sir.
Thank you everyone to giving me opportunity to be a part of this gathering. I think the topic is very relevant with respect to current and post-pandemic conditions. In earlier, Indian education system is not well prepared for the online classes, or another type of material is not available basically in 12th level or UG and PG. Mostly some sort of MOOC courses are available by the UGC sites and Indian government sites. But on the ground level, there are very difficulties for faculty members and schools to arrange the online classes, to arrange the online materials that are available earlier in the schools level or university levels. Another major challenge in India is the internet connectivity, because net connectivity is the major basic issue in Indian education system, because in the big city, there may be some possibility where everyone can explore the opportunity or possibility of internet connection. But in the rural areas, it is very difficult to deliver a message in these pandemic conditions. So it is very difficult task that Indian education system have faced in these pandemic. But somehow some sort of challenges and some sort of possibilities are emerging with these pandemic, and everyone gets some new ideas, opportunity to explore and do on their level best. So in these things, we can now in good position from the last 1 year in the coming sessions. So it is very good opportunity to all of us to explore the possibilities in coming years and coming times, and well prepared our faculty members for the online education system, prepared the material, prepared the contents for online education. So it will be fruitful to all faculty members, student and academic system. Thank you everyone to giving me opportunity in this platform.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for such great insights and enlightening thoughts, and letting us know that how we have to find an opportunity even when we are facing the challenges. Now, with warm regards, we would also like to request Mr. Dinesh Pathak, Director Planning and Implementation, Maharishi University, to take over and put some light on the scenario. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Krista, Ratish ji. It's tough time. पैंडेमिक ने हमें तमाम परेशानियां दी, बट सिखाया ज्यादा। मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि पैंडेमिक ने हमें सीखने के मौके ज्यादा दिए। अगर ये पैंडेमिक नहीं आया होता तो आज हम इस तरह से साज सज्जा के साथ स्क्रीन पर नहीं होते। ये क्रेडिट निश्चित तौर पर पैंडेमिक को दी जानी चाहिए कि हम सारे लोग अलग अलग शहरों में, अलग अलग देशों में बैठ के भी सेम स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं, और ये इसकी क्रेडिट निश्चित तौर पर पैंडेमिक को जाती है। एजुकेशन सिस्टम में भी पैंडेमिक ने हमें बहुत कुछ दिया है। मैं हल्का सा पीछे जाना चाहूंगा, जहां से मेरा एसोसिएशन था जब पैंडेमिक आया, तो मैं डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ एज एडवाइजर जुड़ा हुआ था। और जैसे वहां के वाइस चांसलर साहब को कोई सपना आया हो कि भाई पैंडेमिक आने वाला है, सपना आया नहीं था, ऐसी कोई चर्चा उन्होंने नहीं की थी, बट मई 2018 में उन्होंने मुझे एक रात फोन किया कि आप कहाँ हैं। मैंने कहा भाई घर में हूँ, सो रहा हूँ। तो उन्होंने कहा कल सुबह मिल सकते हैं क्या? तो मैंने कहा श्योर। मैं उनके पास पहुंचा, टाइम तय हुआ 10 बजे, और 10 बजे वीसी साहब हमारे साथ थे। उन्होंने हमसे कहा कि मुझे एज सून एज पॉसिबल नोएडा एंड लखनऊ बोथ कैंपस में डिजिटल इंफ्रा डेवलप करना। तब कोविड-19 का नाम भी नहीं आया था कहीं, मई 2018। हमने कहा ठीक है, हो जाएगा। तो उन्होंने कहा कि फिर कैसे होगा, हमें प्लान शेयर करिए। क्योंकि मैं मीडिया का आदमी हूं तो मेरे पास उसका टीवी का, प्रिंट का, डिजिटल का नॉलेज है, इसीलिए शायद उन्होंने मुझे आवाज भी दी थी। हमने उनसे प्लान शेयर किया और बहुत मैसिव तरीके से उस प्लान को हमने एक्सपेडाइट करा और दिसंबर तक हमारे पास 2 अल्ट्रा मॉडर्न स्टूडियो नोएडा एंड लखनऊ में तैयार थे, उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार की मदद से और भारत सरकार की मदद से। तब भी पैंडेमिक नहीं आया था। जनवरी फरवरी गुजरता है, मार्च में 18 तारीख की बात है, 18 तारीख की शाम को वीसी साहब अचानक आवाज देते हैं कि हमारे जो डॉक्टर एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम टेक्निकल यूनिवर्सिटी उत्तर प्रदेश के लगभग 850 कॉलेज जुड़े हुए हैं, जिसमें इंजीनियरिंग, मैनेजमेंट, फार्मेसी कॉलेज हैं सारे। उन्होंने शाम को 4 बजे के आसपास कहा कि हमें अपने चुनिंदा जो इम्पोर्टेंट कॉलेज हैं उत्तर प्रदेश के, उनसे अभी के अभी बात करनी है। हम अपने स्टूडियो के बगल में हमारा एक रूम था कॉन्फ्रेंस का, हमने वहां इकट्ठा किया, करीब 40 कॉलेज के मैनेजमेंट के लोग इकट्ठा हुए और वीसी साहब ने कहा कि आप लोग तैयार हो जाइए। उस समय चूंकि कोविड ने दस्तक दे दी थी, आप लोग तैयार हो जाइए और बहुत ही जल्दी अगले 3, 4, 5 दिनों में हम लोग दूसरे दौर में गुजर जाएंगे और हमें डिजिटल कंटेंट की भारी जरूरत होगी। तब न तो लॉकडाउन था, न तो मोदी जी सख्त थे, न योगी जी सख्त थे, न तो कोई ऐसा शोर था। और फिर टीम लग गई, हम लोगों ने काम करना शुरू किया। धीरे धीरे 4, 5, 6 दिन बाद देश में लॉकडाउन की घोषणा हो गई और हम जहां के तहां कैद हो गए। यहीं से फिर लर्निंग शुरू होती है और लर्निंग शुरू होती है वो लर्निंग, मैं इस घटना का उल्लेख इसलिए कर रहा हूं आप सबके सामने क्योंकि उत्तर प्रदेश कि ये घटना रजिस्टर है भारत सरकार के दस्तावेजों में। उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार ने अपने छोटे से इंफ्रा के सहारे, एक यूनिवर्सिटी का छोटा सा इंफ्रा, जब सारी दुनिया, सारा देश अपने घर में कैद था, तो ये दोनों के दोनों स्टूडियो 2 शिफ्टों में काम कर रहे थे। 18 घंटे हमने स्टूडियो खोले और प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार का जितना प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, आईटीआई, पॉलिटेक्निक, टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, इन सबके कंटेंट रिकॉर्ड्स होने शुरू हुए और भारत सरकार की, जिसकी अभी हमारे वीसी साहब चर्चा कर रहे थे, जो मूक्स के कोर्सेज हैं, उनके साथ जो स्वयंप्रभा के, हम में से ज्यादातर लोग जानते होंगे, जो लोग नहीं जानते हैं उनके लिए जानना चाहिए कि 36 सैटेलाइट चैनल भारत सरकार के पास अवेलेबल हैं, जहां डिजिटल कंटेंट जा रहा है। और जो कंटेंट उस समय हम लोगों ने बनाया, वो कंटेंट 12 घंटे रोज, 12 आवर एवरी डे, बिना किसी नागा के 26 जुलाई से पिछले साल लगातार, मतलब 1 साल से ऊपर हो गया है, ये कंटेंट पब्लिश हो रहा है, ब्रॉडकास्ट हो रहा है। ये सिखाया हमें इसने, पैंडेमिक ने। तो पैंडेमिक के जो तमाम बुरे पक्ष हैं उसको अगर हम भूलने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारे बुजुर्गों ने कहा है, हमारे टीचर्स ने कहा है, हमारे गुरुजन ने कहा है कि हम बुरी चीजों को भूलें और अच्छी चीजों को याद करें, तो हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाया है इस पैंडेमिक ने। अभी भी हम लोग सामान्य नहीं हो पाए हैं, बच्चे स्कूल आने को तैयार नहीं है। यूनिवर्सिटी, हमने वीसी साहब के आदेश पर यूनिवर्सिटी 16 अगस्त को ओपन करी है और ट्रस्ट में बच्चे अभी भी हॉस्टल में बहुत कम संख्या में लौटे हैं। हम जब बात करते हैं तो उनके मन में एक फियर है कि कहीं कुछ फिर न हो जाए। एक तो हमारी बिरादरी, जो मीडिया की बिरादरी है, वो भी कुछ गड़बड़ कर रही है, उसका गजब का रोल है। वो कभी कहती है कि तीसरी लहर आने वाली है, कोई कहता है कि नहीं साहब तीसरी लहर नहीं आएगी, डेटा कहता है कि तीसरी लहर आने की संभावना ना के बराबर है। लेकिन अब देश है, देश का कह रहा है, संस्थान कह रहे हैं, तो हम मान लेते हैं और एक अनजाना सा भय हमारे मन में फिर सवार होता है और यहीं से फिर सीखने की एक नई प्रवृत्ति जन्म लेती है। हम इसी से फिर कुछ सीखने की कोशिश करते हैं और जितना कुछ भी हम सब यहाँ जितने लोग मौजूद हैं, सबने इस पैंडेमिक में, क्योंकि सबके सब एजुकेटर्स हैं, सबने इस पैंडेमिक में कुछ न कुछ ऐसा सीखा है, सबके वॉलेट में कुछ न कुछ ऐसा नॉलेज आया है जिसे हम इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, जिसका हम वेलकम करते हैं और जिसने हमें चलने की ताकत दी है, समझने की ताकत दी है, हमें अपने बच्चों से, अपने स्टूडेंट से संवाद करने की ताकत दी है, हमें ताकतवर बनाया है। टेक्नोलॉजी ने हमें इस बीच में इतना एनरिच कर दिया कि जितनी पूरी दुनिया से हम सबने जितना कनेक्शन बनाया है, इतना तो पैंडेमिक का पहले किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं था कि हम 2 मिनट में 5 मिनट में यूएस से कॉल कर लेंगे, यूएस से जुड़ जाएंगे और हम फटाफट 200 आदमी के साथ मीटिंग कर लेंगे, 100 आदमियों के साथ मीटिंग कर लेंगे। मतलब ये कितना बड़ा चेंज हुआ है। तो मैं व्यक्तिगत तौर पर दिनेश पाठक के रूप में तो इस पैंडेमिक को थैंक यू तो नहीं बोलूंगा, लेकिन इसका ये कहूंगा कि इसने हमें काफी कुछ सीखने का मौका दिया। और हम सबसे यही कहते हैं, मैं खुद कहता हूं और कि सबको इससे जितना भी सीखा है हमने, इस लर्निंग को अगर हमने समेट लिया तो ईश्वर न करे, खुदा न करे, गॉड न करे कि कोई तीसरी लहर, चौथी लहर, पांचवी लहर हमारे यहाँ आए, हम उससे भी लड़ लेंगे। एक 4 लाइनें हैं जो हिंदी की हैं, जिसे हम कहना चाहते हैं, परिंदों को मंजिल मिलेगी यकीनन, ये फैले हुए उनके पर बोलते हैं, वही लोग खामोश रहते हैं अक्सर, जमाने में जिनके हुनर बोलते हैं। तो हमारे हुनर बोल रहे हैं, हम कामयाब होंगे। जितनी दिक्कतें आई हैं हम उनसे लड़ेंगे और जीतेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू स्टा, थैंक यू रतीश जी।
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your commendable experiences and making us understand how to see the situations differently. And we have received such valuable insights from you, and so we'll take our privilege to put it to good use. Now, I would like to welcome Malika ma'am to continue the felicitation ceremony.
Thank you so much.
Please let me. Hello, Shweta ma'am. Just like the question answer session.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone ask any question?
Yes, yes. Now the panel is open for the question answers round. If you have any queries, you can just put up your queries.
In the meantime, the audiences and all our educators community, they prepare or they think of the questions asking, because I think when we talk about questions, there are many questions, right? So in the meantime, I would just take up till somebody's coming up with questions. Mr. Dinesh Pathak ji, I would like to sincerely thank you, because your talk was such mesmerizing. I was awestruck because you spoke out the reality, the truth. Actually, very well you've said that when we talk about pandemic, when we talk about the difficult times, when we talk about the negativity, yes, we must not forget what actually we've learned in life, which we were not able to do it throughout. So of course, as sir said, that we cannot thank pandemic, but yes, we need to look for opportunities in every difficult situations. Where there is difficulty, there is opportunity. Otherwise, there are no opportunities. Actually, I must say that. So as sir has said that, we have to be prepared with the technology, and we have to live with the situations, because yes, we do not know what is there lying for us tomorrow. Third wave, fourth wave, yes, no, they're all kind of talks. So when we faced the most difficult things, which was very new to us, which was like a question mark to all of us, which left us blank, like what next? I think this 1.5 years, we all have become so strong. Now, come what may, we all are prepared to face the challenges. We all are mentally set. And we all have our backups as to if life takes a turnover, we are all ready to fight with it. So we are stronger than coronavirus, somewhere I would say that. So, and as sir has given us the information, of course, I was not aware about it. Yes, that's a learning and a takeaway this evening about 36 satellite channels. And yes, as sir has shared that the content was already being shared on 12 satellites continuously. Hats off to all of you who were, behind the scenes working and helping children, and not getting them deprived of the education, which we need to stay in touch with all the time. And I would say education is life, because we are here to prepare children for education for life. That is the main education, I think. And as sir has very rightly said that, yes, our wallets are full of knowledge. I understand, when there is money in the wallet, we do take care of our wallets, right? So the wallet of knowledge is something we can share it with everybody. So I think from today onwards, we need not be scared, or we do not worry about our wallets. Even if it's going to somebody else, that's great, right? So let's share our wallet of knowledge. So these are the few takeaways. And my friends, if you have questions, please do come forward and put your questions so that we can have a healthy discussion on this. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Malka. Yeah, good evening, everybody. I just want to ask a small question, but before that, I want to thank Dr. Ratish Gupta for conducting such a marvelous session. And I was listening to Trapti ma'am, Dinesh sir, BPS sir, and all the good insights which were given, and especially Malka ma'am also. And I will actually love the wallet of wisdom, which Dinesh sir has told that each and every educator was successful in getting the wallet, and the wallet was full. Forget about the money, but yes, each one of us, whether educator or children, we were able to lap up some knowledge. Either it was sharing knowledge, it was learning knowledge, but this we did on a global platform. I very well connect to Dinesh Pathak sir when he said that who knew that we are sitting at our home and we are connected to all the people from the different states, not only in India, but abroad also. So this is one, the pandemic actually was the blessing in disguise for all of us. And yes, it has motivated and has taught each one of us everything. But again, even if it was a pandemic was a blessing in disguise. But one thing I have to ask to Pathak sir only, that the outbreak of the global pandemic, it has impacted higher education across the globe, especially children. As soon as the board class 12th result used to come, many of the children used to go abroad for the undergraduate courses. But this year, many have stayed back in India and couldn't apply due to COVID. So don't you think that many personal career choices of the children were hit during this particular time of us?
मुझे ऐसा लगता है मैम कि पैंडेमिक पूरी दुनिया में है, तो ये जो कुछ भी चल रहा है इसे हमें जैसा है ऐसा ही स्वीकार करना होगा। मैं फिर अपना एक पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करूंगा। मेरा बेटा MBA परस्यू कर रहा है जिंदल यूनिवर्सिटी से, सोनीपत से, और 2 दिन पहले उसको मेल आई कि कैंपस आना है। मास्टर्स का बच्चा है। 2 दिन पहले मेल आई, तो फिर जब शाम को हम मिले तो मैंने उससे कहा कि बेटा बधाई हो, तो तुझे कैंपस जाना है। 1 साल से कैंपस देखा नहीं तूने? नहीं पापा मैं जाऊंगा नहीं अभी। अभी हमें तय करना बाकी है, अभी हमने कंसेंट अपनी नहीं शेयर की है। तो मैंने कहा क्यों? जाओ, अब तो खुल गया, सब कुछ खुल गया, डबल डोज ले चुके हो, प्रॉब्लम क्या है? उसने विल वेट, अभी नहीं तो आपको भी अगर कोई कॉल आती है यूनिवर्सिटी से तो आप कोई फैसला बिना मेरे से पूछे मत लेना। इट मीन्स कि बच्चे अभी अपना फैसला करने की स्थिति में हैं। और एक डेटा बहुत जरूरी है, हम सब एजुकेटर्स इकट्ठा हैं, तो एक डेटा मैं आपसे शेयर कर रहा हूं। अबाउट 55 करोड़ डोजेज हम ले चुके हैं। 13 पॉइंट समथिंग करोड़ लोग डबल डोज ले चुके हैं। 40% पॉपुलेशन ऑफ इंडिया इज बिलो 18। अगर हम 130 करोड़ की आबादी मानते हैं तो लगभग 40-42 करोड़ लोग ऐसे हैं जो 18 से नीचे के हैं। बाकी हम काफी हद तक, जिसको सिंगल डोज भी लग गई उसकी एंटीबॉडी न्यू बन गई है, और जिनको कोविड किन्हीं कारणों से हुआ या नहीं हुआ उनमें भी एंटीबॉडी डेवलप हो चुकी है। हम भारत के लोग चूंकि काफी अभी भी हम बहुत एडवांस नहीं है, लेकिन बहुत पिछड़े होकर भी बहुत मामलों में बहुत एडवांस है। हमारी जो फिजिकल फिटनेस है वो कई और देशों से, लोगों से अच्छी है। तमाम दिक्कतों के बावजूद हमारे पास अच्छी फील्ड नहीं है, स्पोर्ट्स की सुविधाएं नहीं है, हमारी सरकारें हमें बहुत केयर नहीं करती हैं। क्योंकि वो केयर नहीं करती है, जो खेतों में दौड़ के, हमारे जो मेडलिस्ट हैं ये खेतों में दौड़ के मेडल लेके आए हैं। ये इन्होंने यूं नहीं मेडल लिया। वो मेडल जिसपे पूरा देश जान लुटा रहा है वो उनकी अपनी मेहनत का, उनके पेरेंट्स की मेहनत का, उनके टीचर्स की मेहनत का, उनके मोटिवेटर्स की मेहनत का है। तो दुनिया कहीं जा नहीं रही। और ये पैंडेमिक क्योंकि सबके लिए है, हमारे बच्चों ने जो फैसला लिया है वो उनका अपना फैसला है। और सबको पता ये जब भी इतिहास लिखा जाएगा, जब पैंडेमिक चला जाएगा, तो मुझे लगता है कि ये काल जो है, ये 2 साल 2.5 साल का समय, इस पर किताबें लिखी जाएंगी, आपके सामने कुछ टेक्स्ट के रूप में आएंगी, कुछ फिल्मों के रूप में आएंगी, इसने हमें क्या दिया है। हमारे पास निश्चित तौर पर जो लोग हमें छोड़ के चले गए, हमारे अपने जो लोग चले गए हैं, जो पिछले दिनों हमने सेकेंड वेव में देखा है, वो हम जब याद करते हैं तो हमें तकलीफ बहुत ज्यादा होती है। बट जिंदगी इसी का नाम है, जिसको जाना है वो जाएगा, जिसको रहना है वो रहेगा, जो रहे वो खुशी से रहे, सुख से रहे, ये हमारी अपनी उपलब्धि है और उसको अकॉर्डिंगली ही हम देखते हैं। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि तमाम विपरीत परिस्थितियों के बावजूद, तमाम निगेटिव हालात के बावजूद हम सरवाइव करेंगे, अच्छा करेंगे, अच्छा परफॉर्म करेंगे। इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन, हेल्थ सेक्टर में हमने बहुत अच्छा काम पिछले 1.5 सालों में कर लिया है। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि ये अभी और अच्छा होगा। एजुकेशन में इतने चेंजेस आ गए हैं, अब हम लोग ब्लेंडेड मोड में काम करने की स्थिति में हैं। हम चाहें कि 50% बच्चा हमारा ऑफलाइन करे, 50% ऑनलाइन करे। टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी एडवांस हो गई है, बहुत सामान्य इंटरनेट पर भी वीडियो चलने लगे हैं। आपने टेक्नोलॉजी को इतना दे दिया है और इस बीच में तमाम ऐसी रिसर्च हमारे सामने आ रही हैं कि जब बच्चों की रीडिंग हैबिट, निश्चित तौर पर क्लासरूम का कोई विकल्प नहीं है। एज टीचर हम सब जानते हैं, जब हम आंख से आंख मिला के बच्चे को पढ़ाते हैं, बच्चा क्लासरूम में होता है, जब हमारे आई कांटेक्ट होता है, तो उस समय जो स्थिति बनती है वो हमें पता है कि ऑनलाइन में नहीं बनती है। इसको तो हम सब जानते हैं। लेकिन क्या करें, हाथ पे हाथ धरे बैठें या कुछ करें? तो हम कहते हैं कि हम कुछ करेंगे। जो बेहतर विकल्प है उस पर हम काम करेंगे, तरक्की करेंगे, बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे, खुद पढ़ेंगे, खुद सीखेंगे, आगे निकलेंगे, देश को और दुनिया को एक स्टेप आगे लेके जाएंगे। स्पीड भले थोड़ी कम हो लेकिन हम जीतेंगे।
मैम इसमें
बहुत अच्छा किया है आपने, बहुत अच्छा बोला। बस मेरा छोटा सा सवाल एक और है, जैसे पेरेंट्स थोड़ा डिलेमा में हैं, थर्ड वेव आ रही है, बच्चों को वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लगा है, स्कूल खोलने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपको क्या लगता है कि जब तक बच्चों को वैक्सीनेशन नहीं लगता है, क्या बच्चों को स्कूल जाना चाहिए?
मैम मुझे लगता है जाना चाहिए। मैं आपको, जिस आदमी से आप बात कर रही हैं, मैंने भी डबल डोज ले लिया है, लेकिन जो मैं जब शुरू में जो किस्सा मैं बता रहा था आपसे, उस समय तो टीका भी नहीं था और 18 घंटे मैंने काम किया है। बस उस दौरान हमने सिर्फ 3 सावधानी बरती। अपनी गाड़ी में किसी को बैठाया नहीं, किसी दूसरे की गाड़ी में बैठा नहीं, ग्लव्स हाथ में लेके चला और उस समय गमछा भी अपने सिर पे और चेहरे पर बांध, क्योंकि मास्क के ये तमाम जो नए रूप हैं ये नहीं आए थे, तो हम लोग गमछा बांध के उसी अपने कैंपस में खाना खाते थे, वहीं मंगा के घर से रोटी खाते थे, वहीं काम करते थे। और बिलीव मी कि मैं अभी तक आपके सामने सुरक्षित हूं और अब फिलहाल दोनों डोज ले चुका हूं। और दोनों डोज, मैंने पहला डोज मार्च में लिया जब लोग लेने के लिए भाग रहे थे, नहीं परेशान होते। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमें प्रिकॉशंस के साथ अब आगे बढ़ना चाहिए और फिर अगर आ गया तो फिर घर में वापस आ जाएंगे ना। किसने रोका है?
बिल्कुल
यार ओपन, कहीं कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मुझे लगता है जाना चाहिए। अब बच्चों को, मैंने अपने बच्चे से भी कहा कि तुझे जाना चाहिए, वो नहीं जाना चाहता, उसकी अपनी बात है, बट मैंने उसे प्रेरित किया, नहीं बेटा तुझे जाना चाहिए। कैंपस जाने का, एमबीए के बच्चा अगर कैंपस नहीं जाएगा उसको फीलिंग ही नहीं आएगी। वो कैसे दुनिया से टकराएगा? किस बात की मार्केटिंग करेगा, किस बात की अकाउंटिंग से करेगा, किस बात की बैंकिंग करेगा, कैसे उसके पास दुनिया की समझ होगी? क्योंकि अपने साथियों से जब तक बात नहीं करेगा, एक कॉम्पिटिटिव माहौल नहीं बनेगा, अपने दोस्तों के बीच में जो इंटरेक्शन है, हम सब जानते हैं कि इंटरेक्शन एक बहुत अच्छी पद्धति है सीखने की। तो वो सीखने की पद्धति तभी आएगी जब बच्चे आमने सामने हो। तो मेरा अपना प्रबल मत है कि हमें अपने बच्चों को भेजना चाहिए, पेरेंट्स को अपने बच्चों को भेजना चाहिए और उसका कोई विकल्प नहीं है। जब बंद होने की स्थिति आएगी फिर से बंद कर देंगे ना। इस दौरान तो बहुत बार पिछले 1.5 सालों में हमने बंद किया, खोला, बंद किया, खोला, तो फिर खोल देंगे, फिर बंद कर देंगे। तो मुझे लगता है, मेरा मत है कि जाना चाहिए। मैम
बिल्कुल सही सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका।
शुक्रिया।
मैं आप ही के आंसर में, जो सर ने आंसर दिया है, थोड़ा सा ऐड ऑन करना चाहता हूँ। मैम देखिए, जो अभी स्थिति है हम लोगों के सामने, लास्ट यदि हम 25 ईयर्स का देखते हैं तो टेक्नोलॉजी जो है वो लास्ट पहले 25 सालों में जो टेक्नोलॉजी थी, उसके बाद जो 10 सालों में रहा, फिर 5 सालों में रहा, फिर लास्ट 2 to 3 ईयर्स में जो रहा, टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत फास्ट चेंज की है। और जो टेक्नोलॉजी का जो प्रोग्रेसिव वे है उसके रेस्पेक्टिवली पेंडेमिक से पहले पैरेलली बच्चा उसके साथ साथ चल रहा था। बट यहाँ पर आने से क्या हुआ कि वो बच्चा जो है टेक्नोलॉजी के बहुत ज़्यादा फास्ट हो गया है। तो वहां पर भी बच्चों में हमें नजर रखने की, क्लोज वॉच रखने की जरूरत है कि कहीं पर भी उस टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट का मिसयूज ना हो जाए, कोई गलत डायरेक्शंस में ना चला जाए। क्योंकि एक बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स है किसी भी टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए, किसी भी एस्पेक्ट के लिए, सभी लोगों ने न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ पढ़ा है कि इक्वल अपोजिट एक्शन एंड रिएक्शंस, वो हर जगह एप्लीकेबल्स है। तो जो एडवांसमेंट बच्चे ने जो लास्ट 1.5 ईयर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू जो भी हम ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के वे में उसने इंटरनेट के साथ अपने आप को एड ऑन होने के बाद लिया है, उसका उतना नेगेटिव इफेक्ट भी बच्चों पर नहीं आना चाहिए। इसके लिए हमारे को बहुत क्लोज वॉच की जरूरत है हर एक लेवल पर, चाहे हम एज ए मदर फादर हो उनके लेवल पर हो, चाहे गार्जियंस हो या फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हो या इंस्टीट्यूशन लेवल पर हो। कहीं ना कहीं ये हमारे पास कंट्रोलिंग जरूर होना चाहिए कि हमारा बच्चा जो इस ऑनलाइन के रेस्पेक्ट में जो टेक्नोलॉजी का एडवांसमेंट ले रहा है उसका कहीं मिसयूज तो नहीं होगा। थैंक यू।
Shelly ma'am, I would like to take up your question. You had asked the very first question that students are not going abroad for future courses, and are they are they affecting their career choices? I would like to take this up. Ma'am, to be very honest, though Corona has done like lot of destruction and we have lost lot of our lovables, that is there. But to be very honest, if I talk about technology and if I talk about education, Corona in technology has put us 1 decade ahead of what we were almost like 1.5 years back. Because at current situation, UGC has also accepted that they will go for online mode, which UGC was not ready to take it when it was like 2 years back, right? That is one of the one scenarios which has happened, that we had taken a leap of almost like 1 decade or maybe more than that, depending on the last scenarios of education. Why do we choose and why our students are going for abroad courses? Why I'm looking for US or why I'm looking for Europe colleges? It is one of the criteria. I'm looking for abroad courses, or I'm looking for US, I'm looking for USA, I'm looking for Europe, I'm looking for Canada, just because of the fact that their technology is far better than what we used to think is there in India, right? But if I talk about current scenario and if I talk about how we progressed and how our education system progressed, how our UGC governing body, UGC is a governing body, it has progressed in higher education in last 1.5 years. So why do I have to look for career options outside? Because the same technology I'm getting in India, and technology has made it like so close with each other that if I want to have some guest lectures or if I want to interact with people in US, I can easily do it. Means why do I need to be physically present in US, and why do I need, unless and until, yes, I would say, okay, dude, I need to go to US. I'm being educated in US. I'm being educated in Australia, and it's an NRI tag which comes in. If it is not there, then yes, our education system is much better, the way we deal with students, and technology wise, which we were not at that pace and at that part almost like 2 years back, we are gradually moving towards it. So this is my take. I hope I answered your things.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really very nicely said. And I totally agree with you as a career counselor. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We can see Dr. Shambhu Sharan Gupta has raised his hand from quite a long time. Can we give him the access to unmute and we can hear him? He has something to ask, maybe.
Hello.
Please allow Dr. Shambhu Sharan Gupta is my colleague. He is associate professor.
Sir, this side, my Shambhu Sharan Gupta. इस पेंडेमिक पीरियड में सर टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ अगर बच्चे ऑफलाइन क्लास में नहीं आते हैं तो पूरी तरह से वो फेमिलियर नहीं हो पाते हैं। ऑफलाइन ही एक बड़ा माध्यम है जिसके वजह से बच्चों के साथ हम काफ़ी इंटरेक्ट हो सकते हैं। एक ऑनलाइन इंटरेक्शन का माध्यम तो है, लेकिन टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ फेमिलियर हो तभी पाएंगे जब वो ऑफलाइन क्लासेस शुरू कर दें, मेरा जहां तक मानना है सर। मेरी वॉइस आ रही सर?
हाँ जी डॉक्टर शंभू आ रही है, आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
तो सर मेरा यही कहना है कि ऑफलाइन पेंडेमिक पीरियड तो अभी भी बना हुआ है, लेकिन फिर भी हम देखते हैं कि बाजार में, मॉल में बहुत भारी भीड़ दिखाई देती है, और क्लासेस के नाम पर या यूनिवर्सिटी के नाम पे ये क्यों इस तरह के गैपिंग दिखाई दे रही है। तो हमें लगता है कि अब हमें बच्चों के साथ शासन को लेकर के कुछ इस तरह की, अब धीरे धीरे स्कूल्स और कॉलेज ओपन भी हो गए हैं, विश्वविद्यालय भी ओपन हो गए हैं। ऐसी स्थिति में हमारे लिए, बच्चों के लिए, फ्यूचर के लिए ऑफलाइन क्लासेस अब शुरू हो जानी चाहिए, और तभी वो कुछ अच्छा कर सकते हैं। ये एक ऐसा पीरियड है, एक ऐसा समय है
आप बिल्कुल ठीक कर रहे हैं शंभू जी। जैसे यूजीसी ने भी व्यवस्था बनाई है फर्स्ट ईयर के बच्चों के लिए, सेकेंड ईयर ऑनवर्ड के लिए तो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी भी खुल गई है, और जनरली यूजीसी ने जो गाइडलाइन तय की है फर्स्ट ईयर ऑनवर्ड के लिए, वो उन्होंने भी उसके लिए भी डेट तय कर दी है। तो आपका सपना जल्दी से जल्दी पूरा हो, ऐसी दुआ हम करते हैं। प्रभु आपकी सुने और आप जल्दी से बच्चों का सामना करें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू।
Hello, Dr. Malika Garewal, am I audible?
Yes.
Hi, very warm good evening to all the eminent speakers and dignitaries and everybody who is present over here. So, my name is Sunesh and I'm joining all of you from Bangalore. Well, after wonderful discussion, my straight question, let me come down to my question here. So, as we all are educators and we all know that we are dealing into a segment where students have been majorly into a role where they have to go and take their job opportunities. Now, going forward, after having a lap of 2 years, what sort of job opportunities do these youth see in the market? Because see, when we talk about training placements, which is a quite key role and key important thing in a youth's life to get themselves placed in the right atmosphere, how do you suggest that a digital platform can serve? Because just now Dinesh sir has mentioned कि जब तक एक MBA का स्टूडेंट अगर कॉलेज में जाएगा नहीं तो वो सीखेगा कैसे। इंटरेक्शन बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, और वहां पे जो हमारी ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट है वो बहुत ज्यादा बिग हिट मुझे लगता है कि अभी एक इंडस्ट्रीज को हो रहा है, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट एबल टू ब्रिज दैट गैप जो कि हमारी एक इंडस्ट्रियल रिक्वायरमेंट के लिए चाहिए, जो जॉब रोल के ऊपर चाहिए, और जो अभी करंट सिनेरियो हमें दिखा रहा है, तो हम उसको कैसे फिल करेंगे सर?
Sunesh ma'am, can I take this question?
Please, ma'am.
Yes. Ma'am, initially what I'll say, or in today's scenarios, if I talk about, basically what is happening is that we are resistant to this change. This is the main setback that we are handling, because this is a change. Every 10 years or maybe every 20 years, a person, an individual person has to get accustomed to a change. If I talk about technology, technology is changing every 6 months. Why it happens that whenever a new technology comes up, that technology is there in US. If there is an iPhone, right, you will hear that it has launched first in US, or it has launched in other countries like Europe, it has launched in Canada or whatever. But it comes to India almost like after 6 months or maybe after a year. Why are we not able to accept that particular change? Why are we so resistant that no, we can't deal with it or we can't grow with it? This particular scenario has kept us, every one of us, it has moved us on technology, right? Now, if I talk about TCS, if I talk about all the technology companies, they have asked their employees to go for work from home. Almost like 75% of the companies are doing it. They are saying, okay, we do not want to call you here. We are going to save electricity. We are going to save this costing and this stuff. You can please feel comfortable and you can work from home. Right. In this scenario, if you talk it in other terms, okay, I have been asked to sit at home, then it's absolutely, yes, I have been asked to sit at home. But if we'll take it, especially for working women, if I talk about this work from home option do work.
Yes.
Right now, they're able to take care of, without anything, they're able to take care of their family. They're able to take care of their professional life as well and professional growth as well. Now let's talk and come to our male faculty or the male colleagues. If I'll talk about, we all ladies, if all are married here, I don't know, but yes, if I'm just targeting that, we always have an issue and we always have a problem. Why the hell our husbands are not here at time, and why the hell they are not supporting us in our household work? Right now, since they are at home, we can actually divide our time and we can divide our work. See, in corporate, we have to work 24 hours. Everyone knows that. In any field, yes, this corona has now said that in any field, in any sphere, you need to work hard. In fact, it's a smart work that is required. When I talk about, okay, management, people are not getting a job and we are facing the technical issues in getting through a job, and we are not able to train our students in online mode, especially in these 2 years, because for 1 year, it's the educators also who were resistant to accept the change. It was students also who were resistant to accept the change. Because it's not like that things were not online and you cannot get trained online. There are ways of doing it. We are in a process of getting evolved the ways and how we can make best out of it. But if our companies are supporting us, they are saying, yes, you can work from home, you can give online interviews, you can have Zoom meetings, you can appear for online test, you can do this, you can interact with your client, you can interact with client in US from India itself. If we are doing it, once we as an educator accept the change, yes, we need to go with this technology. Once the students will accept the change, yes, this is something new which we have to go with it. At that point of time, there will be no issues in getting students, in getting skilled students for them to get placed. Because right now, we do not need people who are hard workers. We need people, or we need students who are skilled workers. We need specialization skills. They are like specific skills. If I talk about, okay, this is one of the skills that a student have, it doesn't mean that I'm just cut shorting of the jobs, right? It has happened once when there was a time of computers, right? When computers got evolved, they will think that, okay, now there would be no jobs in the market. Since computer is taking care of, all the things would be automated. Now what to do? How will our students get placed? This was the scenario almost like 20 years back as well, maybe 25 years, I guess. That was the scenario. And the same scenario is right now over here. After computer has grown, it was not like that there were no jobs. In fact, jobs increased, like exponentially it increased. This is the phase, because this is the transition period if you take it. If this is a transition period, I need to get transition from whatever I was doing from last 25 years, I need to transition to another skill set. Here also, the job is gonna grow exponentially in coming years. The only thing is, yes, we have to be ready to accept the change, accept it wholeheartedly, and be prepared to learn new things, be prepared to be skilled.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
मैम 2 लाइन तृप्ति मैम की सारी बात पर मैं अपनी सहमति दूंगा, और 1-2 लाइन और इसमें जोड़ना चाहता हूँ। रोजगार की समस्या इसलिए आज मैंने एसईओ और एसएमओ के लिए कुछ इंटरव्यूज किए, 4 बच्चों के इंटरव्यूज किए। ये चारों के चारों 2 साल पहले के बीटेक हैं, और इनका दावा है कि इन्होंने इंडस्ट्री में काम किया है। और जब मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं तो उसमें 4 में से किसी को हम लेने नहीं जा रहे हैं। हमने अगेन इन्हीं तृप्ति मैम से आज रिक्वेस्ट की है कि भाई आप अपने कुछ पुराने बच्चों को दे दो हमें, क्योंकि हमें जरूरत है हमें, और हमें प्रॉपर आदमी नहीं मिल पा रहा। कोविड काल के नहीं बच्चे, ये इन्होंने 2 साल पहले बीटेक करा है, और इनको एसईओ एसएमओ की सिंपल समझ नहीं है। मैम, मैं इंजीनियर नहीं हूं, मुझे समझ है। हमने उन्हें रिजल्ट तो नहीं बताया, लेकिन हमने सर्च दूसरी तरफ शुरू कर दी। एक दूसरी बात, अभी तृप्ति मैम ने एक पाइथन की वर्कशॉप करी है 2 दिन की। मेरा बेटा जो एमबीए कर रहा है, इसने हमसे कहा कि मैं पाइथन इन दिनों सीख रहा हूं। ये ध्यान रखिएगा, जो लड़का एमबीए कर रहा है ये बीकॉम ग्रेजुएट है, उसके बाद इसने एमबीए शुरू किया है। और हमसे कह रहा था पाइथन किस दिनों में सीख रहा हूं, तो मैंने उससे कहा कि अगर तू पाइथन सीख रहा है तो 2 दिन की एक वर्कशॉप हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी करा रही है, तू ज्वाइन कर ले। उसने कहा कोई जरूरत नहीं, विल मैनेज। एक तरफ नॉलेज है मैम, दूसरी तरफ कॉन्फिडेंस है, तीसरी तरफ बहानेबाज हैं। तो मुद्दा ये नहीं है, नॉलेज की कमी तमाम दिक्कतों के बीच, जैसे मैंने कहा अगर हम नदी की धार में फंसते हैं तो कभी भी नदी में अगर आपने उल्टा चलने की कोशिश की तो मरना तय है। तो नदी की धार के साथ हमारे बुजुर्गों ने कहा, हमारे सीनियर्स ने कहा, नदी की धार के साथ अपने शरीर को हल्का करके छोड़ दो, नदी तुम्हें किनारे ले जाके छोड़ देगी, तुम बच जाओगे। और अगर कहीं उल्टा बहने की कोशिश करी तो मरोगे सरतिया, और जब मरोगे तो बॉडी भी नहीं मिलेगी। हमें समय के साथ चलने की जो आदत है, जिसकी तरफ में हमने बहुत डीपली चर्चा की, पिछले 25 साल का इतिहास को लेकर वीसी साहब ने जो चर्चा की, जो आप सब चर्चा कर रहे हो, समय के साथ चलना ही होगा। जॉब का संकट मैं अभी भी आपसे कह रहा हूं कि नहीं है, अच्छे लोग नहीं मिल रहे हैं। हम इधर इस पिछले 6 महीने से लगातार इंटरव्यू कर रहे हैं और हमें अच्छे लोग नहीं मिल रहे हैं। आई डोंट नो कि आपका क्या तजुर्बा, हमारा तजुर्बा यही है। हम लोग दिन भर इंटरव्यूज कर रहे हैं, 10 भर्तियां करनी होती हैं, 50 का इंटरव्यू करते हैं और 10 नहीं भर्ती कर पा रहे हैं। और ऐसा नहीं कि मेरे पास बहुत सारी नॉलेज है या तृप्ति मैम के पास बहुत सारी नॉलेज है, रतीश जी के पास बहुत सारे, हम सारे लोग हम सारे सीख रहे हैं, आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी दिक्कतें हैं। तो मेरी समझ से मास रिक्रूटर्स अभी भी अवेलेबल हैं। मास रिक्रूटर्स नहीं, इस बीच में जो टीसीएस है, इन्फोसिस है, एचसीएल, यही सब मास रिक्रूटर्स हैं टेक्निकल प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज के लिए। ये अभी भी बड़े पैमाने पर रिक्रूटमेंट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि इनका बहुत बड़ा पैसा बच रहा है। ये जो वर्क फ्रॉम होम का की शुरुआत हुई है, इसने बहुत बड़ी रकम इन सारी कंपनियों की बचाई है, इसलिए रिक्रूटमेंट में कोई कंजूसी नहीं कर रहे हैं। बच्चे के पास अगर सेट ऑफ नॉलेज है तो मैम उसे नौकरी मिलेगी, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। और आपका शहर जहां से आप बैठी हैं वो शहर तो भंडार है इस समय। खाली अलग बात है कि 20% बच्चे अपने अपने घरों को चले गए हैं, खाली है, लेकिन फिर से आपका शहर आबाद हो रहा है। मुझे नहीं लगता कि उसकी संकट नॉलेज का है। और नॉलेज कैसे आएगा ये आप भी जानते हो, हम भी जानते हैं, बच्चे को मेहनत तो करनी होगी।
वेरी वैलिड सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन मेरा और है, हालांकि मैं हरियाणा से हूँ और मैं बैंगलोर बीइंग इंजीनियर में 15 साल पहले आई थी, राइट। अभी मैं एक लीडरशिप कोच हूँ, तो डेफिनेटली बंदे को अपनी स्किल बनानी पड़ती है। जो आपने बोला, ये एक एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग होती है, उसी फेज से जब हम जाते हैं तभी हम उन चीजों को कर पाते हैं। लेकिन जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि स्किल्ड तो लोग हमें नहीं मिल रहे हैं। स्किल तो अपने आप को जब आप बनाओगे देन यू गेट प्लेस, दैट वी ऑल नो। गोइंग फॉरवर्ड अभी डेटा एनालिटिक्स का जमाना है, लोगों के दिमाग में एक चीज और भी बहुत ज्यादा अच्छे से जो चल रही है वो ये है कि अभी जो करियर प्रोफेशन ओरिएंटेशन हो रहा है इज ऑल टुवर्ड्स डेटा एनालिटिक्स। तो डेटा एनालिटिक्स की अगर हम बात करते हैं या स्टैट्स की बात करते हैं, तो कहां तक कितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं गोइंग फॉरवर्ड फॉर नेक्स्ट 1 ईयर इन दिस एरिया स्पेसिफिकली?
Ma'am, again, I take it. I am the one who deals with data science. Ma'am, data analysis, if I'll just talk about, okay, it is statistics or it is analytics, then definitely you will see just a narrow range of things or narrow range of jobs available in the market or the career options available in the market. But if you take this analysis as just a tool which can be applied to any sector, right? If I'm talking about finance sector, or if I'm talking about retail sector, if I'm talking about CRMs, or if I'm talking about anything else, or technology for that matter, if I'm talking about any sector, it is, if I just use it as a tool which I can apply anywhere, then I have just got a simply wide range of job opportunities which are available. Now the thing comes, and the question which generally comes on this, that once I'll go for this data analysis, or once I'll go for this AI, right? I'm saying that if I'm going for AI, artificial intelligence, everything would go automatic. Now my robot will be having the human intervention and it will go automatic. So where are jobs? This is like one more question which comes after that in a large span. For this, I would like to answer again the one which I answered earlier. It is not about that I'm losing job if I'll go for AI. Because as I have said earlier, if I have introduced, if computer was introduced, there were many things with the skilled people I would need to operate that computer. Now, if AI has come, or if robotics will go for AI, I'll need skilled people who will deal with this. Because I would need people who would develop this AI concept. I'll need people who would maintain that, go for the maintenance. I'll need people who will go for the services for that. So the thing is, just don't take AI in one form that, yes, I'll just create a robot or I'll just create AI, but take it in different domains. My analysis, my AI will go for healthcare. Robots are getting developed in healthcare now. US is planning to go for a surgery with the help of a robot, right? Doctors would be there. It's like taking a major turn, right? For that also in healthcare also, I would need data analysis. If I talk about retail, there also, if I talk about finance, now if I talk about like Sensex, there is something called algo trading which is coming up. This is again a new concept, which is again a new hype. It also involves machine learning. It also involves statistic analysis. But having a domain knowledge of finance or going for algo trading, that is in finance, it will work wonders. So same analysis, same statistics. If I'm applying in finance, I have got job options in finance. If I'm applying in healthcare, I have job options in healthcare. If I'm applying in retail, I have job options in retail. The only thing is what I need to learn along with statistics or along with analysis, I need to learn the domain concept. I need to have the knowledge about the domain and how to utilize my analytic skills in that particular domain. And yes, it is going to fetch jobs, because to be honest, in next 5 years, it's only data science, no matter what.
कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक आलू का महत्व तो हम सब जानते हैं। हम जितने लोग बैठे हैं, आलू का महत्व तो हम सब जानते हैं। जो स्थिति सब्जी में आलू की है, वो स्थिति अगले 1 साल नहीं, मैं फिर तृप्ति मैम को एंडोर्स करूंगा कि ये अगले 5 साल, 6 साल, 7 साल तक डेटा साइंटिस्ट, डेटा एनालिटिक्स की स्थिति होने वाली है। झूम के नौकरियां आ रही हैं और अभी भी हैं और मिल रही हैं, और वो तो पैसा भी नहीं पूछ रहे हैं। वो तो अभी मुझे काउंसलिंग सेशन में 3-4 दिन पहले एक बच्चा मिला, वो खुशी खुशी आया था मिठाई खिलाने मुझे। तो मैंने कहा क्या होगा भाई, बहुत खुश दिख रहा है। तो उसने कहा कि सर मेरी नौकरी बदल रही है, मैं बेंगलोर जा रहा हूँ। तो हमने कहा क्या मिल गया? नोएडा में उसको 10 लाख रुपए के आसपास की नौकरी थी। तो उसने कहा मैं बेंगलोर जा रहा हूँ, और मुझे उसने बेंगलोर से ट्रिपल आईटी बेंगलोर से ही डेटा साइंस में पीजीडीएम किया था, बीटेक पास बच्चा था, नोएडा में उसका करियर है। तो उसने कहा सर मुझे 16 लाख रुपए की नौकरी बेंगलोर में मिल गई है, डेटा साइंस के बिहाफ पर, यूएस बेस्ड कोई कंपनी है वो ले गई है, तो मिठाई खिलाने आया हूँ। मिठाई मैंने खा ली। तुमने कहा अब क्या करेगा? तो उसने कहा सर 2 महीने का नोटिस पीरियड, सोच रहा हूँ इस चिट्ठी के आधार पर कोई दूसरी व्यवस्था कर लूँ, ये 16 लाख कहीं 18 लाख हो जाए, 20 लाख हो जाए, 22 लाख हो जाए। मैंने उससे कहा मेरे भाई ऐसा मत कर यार, एक ज्वाइन कर ले, 1-2 साल सीख ले, कुछ काम कर ले, ये 22 लाख का 44 लाख हो जाए तो ज्यादा अच्छा। तू अभी अगर चेंज करेगा तो तेरे को नुकसान होगा, इंडस्ट्री तुझे बहुत हल्के से लेगी और फिर तुम्हें सर्वाइवल में मुश्किल आ जाएगी। तो डेटा साइंटिस्ट के रूप में या डेटा एनालिटिक्स के रूप में, मतलब मैं डेटा साइंटिस्ट को या डेटा एनालिटिक्स को ऐसा ही पा रहा हूँ। रत्ती मैम ने इंजीनियरिंग की भाषा में बताया, मैंने आपको आलू बता दिया। आलू की जो स्थिति है वही डेटा साइंटिस्ट की स्थिति होने वाली है। हर इंडस्ट्री में ये घुसने वाले हैं, हर इंडस्ट्री में कोई भी चीज नहीं बचेगी जहां इनका वजूद नहीं होगा।
सर ऑलरेडी वजूद है, घुसने की जरूरत नहीं है, ऑलरेडी।
Thank you so much, Trapti ma'am. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir.
Trapti ma'am, मेरा सवाल आपसे है. I would like to ask you a question.
I'm sorry, who is this? If you can just please name it.
Yes, ma'am.
सोनिया चंदानी।
अपना नाम
बोलिए। ट्रप्ति मैम,
ma'am, myself Sonia Chintani, this side.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, my question to you is, like as you mentioned about the international collaborations, right, of the university. So do you give exchange programs to students in those international collaborations, and how does internships work for children? If you could highlight on it, ma'am.
When we talk about international collaboration, so it's like we have gotten 3 forms. One, we go for the student exchange program. that yes, our students will go there and their students will come over here, maybe for internship or maybe 1 semester of course or something like that, depending on the credit course which matches.
Okay.
Right, so that it is like valid for India's education system as well as for US education system. And another part goes for the faculty exchange program. That means our expert faculties will go there, faculty members would be there, and they would be taking a session of whatever the lectures would be there, maybe guest lectures or a particular session for a semester, and simultaneously, or you can say the vice versa, that their faculty members would also be taking sessions over here. And this is how it goes. So student exchange and faculty exchange. Along with that, we'll go for internship also. Because depending on the curriculum, if I have got a curriculum, in my curriculum, I'm saying that in 8th semester, I'll go for 6 months of internship. Right? Maybe in US, in their university, if they in their curriculum, because it depends on course to course. Because in some courses, if I talk about BA courses or BSc courses, in some courses, the internship goes for 1.5 months. And for BTech courses, it might get exceed for like 3 months. So depending on the course structure, depending on the credits that is there, so that exchange program is also there. Because of COVID, to be very honest, we can't do it like in the official mode that we cannot go there and they cannot come here. But yes, we have done in the virtual mode.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, the credit points that you mentioned in the student exchange program, that is the credit points the students score during the courses or the semesters that they go for, right?
Yes, because every course in India also the course structure is based on the CBE course format, and in US also, or in for that matter in any country outside India also, they follow the credit system, because on that basis also you get an admission in US or you get an admission in India in current scenarios, or for last couple of years, I would say. So in that we try, or we have made such an arrangement with international collaboration that our credits match. Because what credit score is depending on how much time we are devoting for the faculty members with the students. Suppose if they say it's a 2 credit course and 2 credit course goes for 4 hours. So we would be providing that 4 hours of lectures to those students and they would be given a 2 credit score. And if I'll say my 4 credit course goes for 4 hours, so they would be taking 4 hours and I'll provide my students a 4 credit course for that.
Okay.
So it has been managed in that particular scenario.
Fine. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you so much. And ma'am, there's a small request from my side. Ma'am, can we get the course semester-wise details, like, the courses that you offer? Can we get a semester-wise detail about the courses? And also, like, how is the eligibility criteria for the admission processes? Like, there are certain courses on merit basis or all are on the entrance basis?
Ma'am, they are on merit basis as well as on the entrance basis. So on merit basis, we provide a scholarship. And if you want the syllabus, because right now it would be very difficult for me to give you like this, but yes, if anyone wants it, if anyone wants to go about it, so maharshi-university.edu.in is the website. I think I'll share with Ratish, would be having it. I'll share that with Ratish so that he can circulate among others. So all the details regarding the courses, whatever are available, regarding the syllabus, which course contains how many credit points, what is the semester-wise syllabus, when is the internship, everything, and what do we do in international collaboration or in technical collaboration, all things have been mentioned on our website.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So I would request Ratish to kindly share the website details with everyone.
Yeah, share them tomorrow. Tomorrow I will share. And already we are launching new courses in mass communication. So please share details for Pathak sir.
So all the details have been mentioned on the website. So just one link and everyone would have all the information.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am, we have one more question. Dr. Vishali has a question, so we can take that question as well.
Sure.
Good evening to everyone. Thank you, Ratish sir, for organizing such a wonderful session. And I have a question like during pandemic, when pandemic came, we all were in a havoc. Then all the schools were closed. We started online classes. But then what about the practical sessions that were to be held for the students? Now, if you consider the 11th and the 12th students, it's okay that if they have not done any practical work, it's fine. But what about the university level students? Because they need to do the practical work, but most of the time they have to do the practical sessions. Second is, what about the research scholars? How were they affected due to this pandemic situation, and how the situation is now for the research scholars? So this is my question.
Ma'am, I'll take your first question first. That how the students, they perform practicals during pandemic time. Yes, pandemic was a havoc, and to be very honest, for complete 6 months, everyone of us were in the process of evolving and figuring out exactly what needs to be done. So yes, initial 6 months was something like we cannot go for practicals, but gradually as we involved, we have got virtual labs. We have got labs. We have, suppose if I'll say I'll go for Python, and you do not have Python, though it's a free software, but you do not have Python at your system right now. But since we have got evolved that we need to have a mobile phone with us, we need to have a laptop with us, we have come up with the virtual labs. Google has given us Google Colab for Python. So you can freely do the Python codes there on Google Colab. So there are like many practical, especially for languages I'll talk about. Google has provided, and there are like many free virtual labs that has been provided by WebEx. Also, it has been provided, and one more, I'm just forgetting the name. It is also provided. So virtual labs were provided, so students can just link, they can connect to the particular server, and they can do the practicals. Now, if I talk about engineering practicals, I need to create a chip. I need to do many things when I talk about VLSIs and all. For that also, virtual labs have been created, and it's there, up and running. So the thing which was there already available and we were not making use of it, Corona and this havoc time asked us, or I would say forced us to use the virtual labs. And since it has forced us to use it, it has come to the practice that we are using it. They have developed it gradually, and it is like so effective and efficient that people are actually, and the universities are actually using the virtual labs. Now, second question, ma'am, I'll take it for research scholars. For research scholars, again, the same problem. Yes, initial 6 months was again a problem. So the number of papers that were published during that particular time was nothing but the literature review or some study or some comparative study that can be done very easily. Or it's like if I'll gather like 100 papers or 200 papers and I'll go for a comparative study. So that was the paper publication if I'll go with the statistics for research scholars. But yes, as and how these virtual labs come up, as in how these Corona havoc has taken a lower task, or the vaccinations are being done, the universities are being open. So now people are doing it. They are going for high-end systems with their own, and they're installing the softwares if possible. Otherwise, they're using the virtual labs for that. So in last 6 months, whatever the paper has been published, they are more like application oriented. And initially, when that time was there, it was more of like literature review or the comparative study analysis.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your wise words. Now
welcome,
I would
ma'am.
like to request Rachna ma'am to take up her query.
Thank you for giving such an opportunity. Now, Tapti ma'am, I have been hearing you, and as you had rightly mentioned that we all have to be ready for the new learning. We all have to get ourselves skilled. And yes, we as educators, this last 18 months, we have prepared ourselves, which we were not, most of the educators were not prepared. But my query, it's a very simple and basic query, which you all may maybe laugh at also. But now suppose if a mother has 2 kids, okay, one is ready for the learning and the other is not. So we all have solutions. We all have solutions for the kids who are ready for learning, who are ready to grow up, right? But how do we deal with the technology and home-based learning and work from home for the students who are not ready? We all know the online exams or online attending the classes. At certain point of time, we as educators, we as parents face a lot of challenges that our kids, the video is off, they are not attending while attempting the online learning exams. Also, their friends are helping out or their parents are helping out, Googling the answers. So at one particular point, see, we all are facing such challenges. So yes, see, we all are up to date with the skillful learners willing to grow in life. But like a mother, like suppose I am a mom and I have 2 kids. Now my child is not ready for the learning. I can't, will as a mother, I will leave my child for destiny? No. So how we as educator, like parents, we can develop an atmosphere for the kids who are not, it's a very basic, I am sure many of you must be facing this challenge. So
ma'am, me too. I have 2 kids and I'm exactly facing this challenge. My elder one is absolutely ready to study. He has like grown up and he is like, okay, I'll study, mom, you don't have to worry about it. My younger one, I am getting complaints almost like every week. I am getting complaints. He is not keeping his camera on. He is not responding. He is not doing this. He is not doing that. So I have faced it. Ma'am, to this is a challenge for sure. But if you talk about the mentality of the kids, in today's scenarios, they are like very, very techno savvy. They watch YouTubes. Even I can say that my kid, he is not involved. He doesn't want to go for like online classes. Mama, ये boring है. मम्मा इसमें टीचर क्या पढ़ा रही है, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. 2 उधर से बोल रहे हैं, मम्मी 2 उधर से बात कर रहे हैं. यहाँ पे खिचड़ी बनी हुई है. In fact, I have attended those classes and I know with smaller kids, it is like very, very tough. In that scenario, ma'am, it's like, I know that we cannot leave our kids like this, directly like this, but yes, if in the evening, because to be very honest, I cannot devote time in the morning. That is what I do in the evening. If you just talk to your kid, or whosoever is the mother and whosoever kid is not doing it, if you just talk to the kid, the interesting part is the concept in kid's mind would be clear. Why? Again, I'll give this credit to the technology because they're so much into YouTube's. मम्मी ये कंसेप्ट मैंने YouTube से क्लियर कर लिया, मम्मा ये वाला कंसेप्ट मैंने यहाँ से देख लिया, मम्मा मैंने वो चीज वहां से देख लिया. If you notice the kids who are not attentive in the class, I have grown up from here. They have mentally grown up. They have accepted the change because as educators, as a teacher, I would say, I would want my student should be there in front of me. Whatever I'm saying, he should talk, he should speak. And whatever I'm asking, he should write. But in today's scenarios, kids are not like that. When we say that we want our kids to go abroad for education, why do we say that? There are no faculty for that matter ask kids to do what the teacher is saying. They don't ask. They say, okay, do whatever you feel like. This is the concept that needs to be taught, and this is the thing that needs to be done. And they try to develop that particular concept with the way the student wants to. So this is like an example which I have given for the lower classes because they are more into YouTubes. They're more into watching animations, right? Now our education system have moved and they have created lectures or they have created the content in the form of education, in the form of animation, which our students, which our kids feel more interested in watching. Though they are not sitting in front of this system with their teacher, but their concepts are very clear. So first we need to define what do we want. We want my kid to sit in front of the system and know nothing. Or I want my kid to be okay, even if he is not sitting in front of the system, but he should know the concept. This is the challenge, and this is what we say, that India is lacking behind, because our concept is इतना मार्क्स आना चाहिए, टीचर की बात सुनना चाहिए, एक कंप्लेंट नहीं आना चाहिए, this is what my son should score, this is like 90%. How the hell have you got below 90%? Why out of 20 you have scored 19 or you have scored 18? Because I have seen many parents doing the same in PTMs, right? Why? What will happen? Please understand that any kid, he won't be able to give the exam because he is learning the concept for 1 year. You can't expect him to give the exam in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and he would be in the same state of mind as he was in when he was learning. So first, as parents, as educators, we need to decide what exactly we are looking for from our kids and what exactly we are looking for from our students. Because if I want my students to be there in front of the system, if I'll say, I'll take the name, he should say, yes, ma'am, I'm here. Then, ma'am, that is not teaching and that is not passing on the education as per I am concerned. Though we have to follow many norms, though students are there, but this is not education. The education is, I know in online exams, we know how things work, but when we call students or when we talk about some case studies or when we talk about some unique things, and then you figure out that how out of the box they think, they come up with so innovative ideas that with the blank mind and with sitting in front of the system, we cannot think. They join 2 or 3 things together and they work on that. So again, as an educator or as a parent, this is a challenge for us to understand what my kid is taking, what my kid is understanding, how he is understanding, and how he is relating 2 things together and how we can enhance it. Ma'am, to be very honest, we need to be very, very careful what our kids are watching at this point of time. But this is my personal experience. My kids have learned a lot from animation videos. Means I think many parents would accept this and would agree to it. Because when we say, this is something I have heard when I was driving down, I just heard over radio, there was some psychologist who was talking about it, that there is a reason why my kid has been so violent. Maybe because he is playing PUBG throughout. Because this is the PUBG, this is the game, the fighting games, maybe all the fighting games or slaughter games, these are the games what kids or what teenagers are attracted to. Maybe these are being played and they are doing it throughout. So is it what is making my kids violent? Do you know what that psychologist said? He said, no. It is just like 1% and 2% of it. The thing is, how is the environment of your family? If you are not fighting, if there is no fight, or maybe there is little fight, or the harmony with which the husband and wife or a kid is seeing my papa and mama, they are staying together, it won't affect. It's just like 1% or 2% of things, or just 1% or 2% of the content. But the learning will increase when I talk about NM. Because when I talk about animation, okay, in that video, what did you see? Mama, they did this, that was the color, and they would wearing this, they joined these 2 things, and I have created this particular thing by playing this particular game. Now, if I talk with his psychology, he has learned a lot. But if I'll talk about, okay, this is the bookish knowledge, dude, have you learned the bookish knowledge? He would have learned it, but not word by word what is written in the book. But he would have understood the concept. If I'm telling about the molecules, he might not give me the definition, what is written in the book for a solid or for a liquid, for a gas, but he tells me, he can tell me, okay, when everything is there, like this particular ice cube, it is there. And when you make tea, these are the vapors, this is gas. So students are learning, but from a very, very practical manner. This is what we also need to learn. So ma'am, don't worry, the kid who really doesn't have interest in studies, they actually think out of the box.
True, ma'am. This was just a general query because my son is grown up and during this pandemic he has cleared many exams. So this was a general question which I came across. And for example, you gave an example for PUBG. So I'll just tell you, when we talk about PUBG, most of us, we always think of a negativity like this game should be banned and all. But I'll tell you, last year we had conducted a webinar talk show wherein we had discussions on the positive sides also of the PUBG. We had a debate, the negativities as well as positivity. And that was, such a healthy discussion wherein we come to know like how PUBG, like the way it is always said that one shouldn't play. See, we all have addictions, but it is upon us how do we take it. So that was a very wonderful example given by you. But yes, kids are learning. But majority of the time we as educators, or there are certain rules and regulations. Why I had put up this question, as you mentioned, that at times the kids they find it boring during the class lectures, and at times it's true. There are certain topics we as educators, we can't make it that interesting, correct?
Right.
So there were few students who prepared for their professional examination like BBA entrance exams and CA and all. For that, they avoided this online classes and they were detained for a year. They had to repeat. Although they cleared their CA foundation, they cleared the BBA entrance exam and got admission, but in the college level, they were detained for 1 year. So those were the challenges which I just thought let us all discuss.
Right. Ma'am, actually there is always a pros and cons for everything. So when we talk about technology, there is a pros and cons. And what we need to do is we need to figure a midway out of it. That yes, it should not affect too much in a negative side, and it should be more towards like positive things and the positive ways it should do. So it happens, ma'am. We can't avoid it because every coin has like two faces.
Thank you so much, ma'am. For
इसका एक मिनट का समय दे दीजिए प्लीज.
Sure.
मनोवैज्ञानिक पहलू है, इसके साइकोलॉजिकल पहलू है मैम, जो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स अपने को पेरेंट्स मानते हैं और अपने बच्चे को बच्चा मानते हैं. बच्चा चाहे 5 साल का हो, चाहे 15 साल का हो, चाहे 25 साल का हो, चाहे 35 साल का हो, हम उसे बच्चा ही मानते हैं. और बच्चा मानते हुए हम ये मान लेते हैं कि वो हरदम गलती कर रहा है. जबकि आज का सच ये है कि अगर आप 5 साल के बच्चे से बात करिए तो 15 साल, ये एस्टेब्लिश है, ये फैक्ट मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये कोई मैं अपनी कहीं नहीं बता रहा हूँ. 5 साल का बच्चा 15 साल की मैच्योरिटी आज की तारीख में रखे हुए है, ड्यू टू टेक्नोलॉजी, ड्यू टू एनवायरमेंट, जो तमाम रीजन हमारे आसपास हैं. जब हम बच्चे को थोड़ा सा फ्री, जिसकी बात मैं अभी थोड़ी देर पहले नदी की बात कर रहा था, बच्चे को भी हमें ये 33%, 35%, 36%, 38% पाने वाले पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चे से 90% की उम्मीद करते क्यों हैं? और 90% पाने के बाद जेई में एडमिशन नहीं है, 90% पाने के बाद क्लेट में एडमिशन नहीं है, 90% पाने के बाद कहीं एडमिशन होना नहीं है, फिर भी क्योंकि पड़ोसी के बच्चे ने 96 लिया है तो हमें 98 चाहिए. फिर बच्चा आपको जवाब देता है, आपकी सुनता नहीं है. एज एजुकेटर आपके लिए चैलेंज है कि बच्चा जो सीखना चाहता है, जहां से सीख रहा है, वो कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजी से सीख रहा है, वो हम प्रोड्यूस कर पाए. ये हमारे लिए चैलेंज है और इसे हमें करना होगा. अगर हम नहीं करेंगे, यही बच्चे हमें इग्नोर मारना शुरू करेंगे. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? हमने ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई में किया क्या? हमने ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई में अपना कोर्स करिकुलम उठाया. अगर हम अपनी दादी नानी के किस्से की तरह कोर्स को प्रोड्यूस करना शुरू कर दें, वो ज्यादा अपीलिंग है बनस्पत कि वो रटी रटाई भाषा किताब हमने पलटी और जाके हमने ऑनलाइन बांट दिया. नहीं चलेगा मैम, हमें बदलना होगा और बच्चों पर भरोसा करना होगा कि वो हमसे ज्यादा काबिल हैं, हमसे ज्यादा वो योग्य हैं, हमसे ज्यादा वो मेहनती हैं. तरीका उनका अलग है, क्योंकि हमारे पिताजी ने जो तरीका बताया था हम उस पर उनको अप्लाई करते हैं, इसलिए प्रॉब्लम है और ये सबकी है. तो मुझे लगता है कि हमें उनको थोड़ी फ्रीडम देनी होगी, नजर रखते हुए जो वीसी साहब ने पहले कहा था, अभी तृप्ति मैम ने कहा है, अगर मुझे सही याद आ रहा तो सोनिया मैम ने भी ये बात कही थी कि हमें बच्चों पे नजर रखनी होगी. नजर रखना एक अलग बात है और पहरेदारी करना एक दूसरी बात है. हमें पहरेदारी नहीं करनी है, नजर रखनी है और उस पानी के धार की तरह अपने बच्चे को बहने दीजिए. बहुत अच्छा करेंगे। विश्वास करिए, हमारे भारत की माटी इतनी ऊर्जावान है कि हमारे बच्चे दुनिया चला रहे हैं। तो हमारा जो हमारे घर में पल रहा बच्चा वो भी तो उसी दुनिया का हिस्सा है, वो कैसे गड़बड़ करेगा? नहीं करेगा। हमें भरोसा करना होगा खुद पर और हम जीतेंगे मैम। थैंक यू।
एक बात मैं और ऐड करना चाहता हूँ, अभी जो पाठक सर बोल रहे हैं कि देखिए आज की डेट में जो टेक्नोलॉजी का एडवांसमेंट हुआ है, यदि आप थोड़ा सा उसके बिहाइंड में सोचोगे तो हर बच्चे के अंदर क्या कैपेसिटी है, वो हर चीज को गूगल करना चाहता है। वो कहीं पर भी मेमोरी में आपके पास जब ये फोन नहीं थे तो आपके पास भी 30-40 नंबर आपको याद रहते थे। आज की डेट में कोई नंबर याद रखना चाहता ही नहीं है, सब फोन आपके व्हाट्सएप पर है। आप कोई भी नंबर आप चाहते हो, किसी को नंबर आपको, इवन आपके घर में 4 नंबर है तो चारों नंबर में से कुछ लोगों को तो अपने नंबर नहीं मालूम। तो स्थिति क्या हो गई है कि वो हर एक चीज को गूगल्स करना चाहता है। उसकी वजह से क्या हुआ है कि जो उसका थॉट प्रोसेस था, जो बच्चा एक चैप्टर को पढ़ने के बाद अपना जो एक डेवलपमेंट करता था, अपना माइंड का डेवलप करता था, एक थॉट प्रोसेस वो उसमें से निकालता था कि दिस इज द थिंग, वो उसको बना बनाया रेडीमेड मिल रहा है गूगल्स करने से। तो यहाँ पर भी कुछ ना कुछ ये चेंजेस डेवलपमेंट आए हैं, इसको भी हमें समझना होगा और उसके साथ साथ इनको बच्चों को भी मोटिवेट करना होगा कि बेटा ये तो गूगल्स करना जरूरी है, बट उसके साथ साथ इसका एनालिसिस करना भी आपका जरूरी है। कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए कि हर चीज में माइंड में आप हर चीज को गूगल्स के वे में ही ढूंढते रहें और सब जगह पर आप गूगल्स के तरीके से इसको जानने की, समझने की कोशिश करें।
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting up the valuable insights and having this healthy discussion. Now, I would like to pass on it to Dr. Malika Garewal for the felicitation ceremony.
Thank you, Ikshita. Before we move towards our, end and towards, presenting a small token of gratitude to all of us, I would like to thank all of you who have joined in here this evening. It was really an insightful and informative session. And trust me, we were going with the plan of 1 hour, but then we are almost close to 2 hours and we don't even know how the time has gone away. It was amazing. And if we wish, of course, I think we can carry on, to next 3, 4, 5 hours. It was really, really amazing to listen to each one of you. So I would like to thank Dr. BP Singh, sir, for your wonderful, words of wisdom, the insights you shared, and all the information that you've given us. It was amazing to listen to you. This is a token of gratitude from all of us, sir. Kindly accept it. Thank you for being here with us. Further, I would move to Mr. Dinesh Pathak. Sir, it was amazing. It was wonderful to listen to you with such original examples, such day-to-day, happenings that you shared with us to make things very much clear to us. I mean, to most of my friends who are sitting here. क्या कहा जाता है ना, जब चीजें simplicity में बताई जाए तो बहुत जल्दी समझ आ जाती है, जब वो technical terms में बताई जाए तो थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है. It was really, really interesting and insightful. It was wonderful hearing you, and we would love to hear you again. Thank you so much, sir. Please accept this token of gratitude from all of us. Now it's my turn to thank and present a token of gratitude to Ms. Tripati Agarwal, who has taken up the show, who has rocked the show, and who was there to answer to all the questions. Like, hey, I want to take up this question. I want to answer it amazingly. You have satisfied all of us, and I'm sure all my friends here do have lot many questions, but again, the time constraints. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here with us. I would like to thank the chairperson, Educos Unite, Dr. Atish, for bringing us together on this platform and, for such an insightful session this evening. And of course, my sincere thanks to Ms. Ikshita for being a wonderful host and listening to all of us with patience, not hurrying us, not telling us, hey, you stop there. Thank you, Ikshita, for being such a wonderful host this evening. And of course, my sincere thanks to each one of them who've been working behind the curtains, behind the scenes, and the entire technical team. Thank you once again. I wish all of you a good night from India. Thank you so much, and we wish to catch up again.
Before we close down, before we all sign out for this, we would also like to give a round of applause to Malka ma'am also.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you also deserve it, ma'am. You thanked everyone, but there was nobody to thank you. So thank you, ma'am, so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and good night, and hope we catch up soon. And we look forward for having many more such sessions. It was wonderful listening to all of you, BP sir, Dinesh Pathak ji, Trapti, and of course, all my friends. We all are known to each other, and you all raised up beautiful questions, and that's how learning happens. So let's make a change and let's be the change. It's time for change. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Stay blessed. Take care.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.